Is it working this time? Alright, let's see. Alright, alright. So it's not working out as much as I hope. So if it ends up cutting off again this time, I'm just gonna reschedule the stream for some other time. Because I can't keep dealing with this, and I don't think you guys would want to like have to deal with this either. So I'm sorry about that if it ends up having to come to that. Rosie, I don't know if you're watching right now. I know you got cut off, but like I just got your Discord messages, so give me a second to check that out. Let's see. Alright, let's go back to the actual chat. Alright, is it still working? Ooh, is it still working? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm back. I think it might be working this time. Not too sure. Let's just hope and stuff. Hello, Vamp Squid. Hello, Smug Pug Pup. Yeah. I don't know if it's. Ooh, we're talking about the stream. It's working. Cool. All right. What is up, Game Whammy? All right. So I think everybody was camping on before. Oh, okay. Cool. Your memory. Okay, gotcha. All right. So actually, Rosie was telling me that I can go to version 9.01. Do I have? Am I on that now? How? Cancel. How do I do a hard reset? The e-chair? You need a box? I don't know what to tell you for that. Can I hook you up with a box? Hey, what's up, Groudon? Can someone tell me how to do a hard reset for a web page? Let's look it up. What's the reload button? Let's see. In Chrome. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so if I do this, Control. Hey, there we go. We're on the right version now. I figured it out. All right. Google is amazing. Give me a sec. I'll find some boxes. I mean, if you want boxes, I got some boxes. I used to work at a frozen yogurt shop when I was in high school, and because all we really do to make the frozen yogurt is we take cartons of like juice and we just put them into a machine. So it's like I still have a ton of these boxes left over that I use for like packing and whatnot. I just have them sitting in my closet. You want some frozen? It was pretty nice, okay? Like, one of the perks was that I basically was able to get 1 cup of, like, up to a certain weight of free yogurt and stuff every shift. That was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. I usually got, like, a milkshake yogurt smoothie. Those were good. Those were good. Alright, so hopefully... Yeah. What's up, Rendula? Rendula knows what I'm talking about. He's one of my childhood friends. Yeah, I still have those boxes, Rendula, from working there, just to use for packing. Because they were so useful. Like literally, I would tell my boss and my coworkers, like, hey, don't throw away these boxes. I would love to use them. And I just brought them a bunch home. I believe too that I even brought like a ton of them from work to home. And Justin and I, my brother, by the way, for those of you who don't know, my brother and I, we just made giant box forts. We made a giant box fort out in our driveway at one point. I don't remember if that was with the Froyo's boxes or something else, but that was fun. That was fun. I mean, then it rained the next day and like our fort just like melted to the ground, but oh well. It's not a hoarder. It's just there for like next time I move. I'm actually going to be moving again within a few months anyway, so it's like, yeah, those boxes are going to come in handy. Okay. Did I miss anything? Oh, cool. So, okay, so Rosie was mentioning that I can actually search. Is it in your albums? User one. Okay, cool. Enter an existing username to search through another user's albums. Okay. Someone give me your username for the tracker website. Just give me your username. I want to try this out. That whole section. Don't go anywhere cool. MM sucks. Starlight was pretty much I hoarded boxes in my youth. Kinda, not gonna lie. I did kind of hoard them a little bit. Alright, Groudon. I'll be you. Wait. Do I just type it in? And do I just click X? Does this look like your album, Groudon? Does this look right? Okay, cool. Don't ask about the copies, and that's great. Okay, cool. All right, cool. This is actually really nice. Very simple to use too. I don't have to worry about links. That's actually pretty cool. That's a pretty cool feature, Rosie. I don't know if you're still watching, but that's dope. All right, so how was it? I think it was kittens. All right, let me do kittens. I wanna try kittens out. Let me see this. Hey, oh my God, you have 2 Sephiroths? What the heck? And 2 Nominees? Oh wait. Oh. And can I sort this like normal too? I want to sort just by guilted metals. Just the metals that were guilted. Not 0. There we go, 5, whatever. Hey, there we go. Cool beans. All right, this is going to be a lot easier to do. You probably didn't know this was a feature game whammy because this is new. like quite well. Okay, like quite literally, Rosie just sent to me like messages right now, like both in the stream and like in private messages on Discord, telling me that like she made magic happen all of a sudden. Originally, I was going to show you guys something else. Let's see. That's not it. You don't know how to get rid of metals in the album? You have to actually go... Okay, let's see. Ignore buffer. So let's say, for example... So like here's a link someone sent me, okay? Go to album, right? This was originally what I was going to show you guys today during the stream, okay? I might still end up doing this. I don't know quite yet. Rosie did just send me like a new feature, so I'm kind of learning it on the spot a little bit. But this is what I was originally going to show you guys, because this is a lot easier to look at a glance. Granted, this is a little bit like this right here is a little bit easier to work with because now I can actually like sort through stuff. But then at the same time, this is easier to actually look at when I just want to like be like quick skimming of everything and such. Okay, so it's kind of like I said. So I don't really know the extent that I can work with certain people's albums on here. Like if I nope, that's for me. That's my album. Yeah, so I think it only works in this section, which is interesting. All right, let's see. But just to answer your question, kittens, I believe to get rid of metals out of your album, if you go to your album over here, so if you like click menu in the top right corner, burp, yeah, and you click on your album. No, I did not ask you. Click sort and just exit to make your album actually pop up. So like this is my album right now. I need to adjust it a little bit to include new stuff. But like this is my album right now. And if you click on a metal, if you go all the way to the very bottom, it'll say delete metal from album. That's how you delete a metal from your album. It is a little bit roundabout. Personally, for me, it'd be nice, like you know how you can add metals to your album. So let's just sort. Well, so let's grab Vanitas over here. Let's say Vanitas is in here. I actually need to add one because I just got him. So copy new metal to album. We're gonna copy into the album. It'd be nice if like after you do that, if you click on them again, there'd be like a delete button underneath too. That'd be pretty handy, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I need to actually go and edit him now too. This would be a good if you wanted to make faces for emotes. That's true. I could. All right. So while I'm doing this real quick, does anybody have any setups or albums or anything like that that you would like help with, or you would like some advice on? let me know in the chat. Just give me your username if you would like that, since I can just type in your username now. You don't have to send me a link or anything. That's, I mean, which is actually pretty useful. Guild special. Actually, no, I don't want to buy guild special. There we go. Let's see. I just need to edit my medal real quick. I don't know if Rosie's watching, but she needs to add a tier 8 button now. We'll do by max guild special. Boop, boop. There we go. Okay, so right now I believe he's at 172%. He has none of that. Attack boost 5, max engage 0. Awesome. There we go. Alright, I need to make an album proper. I can do that. I would, but need to put my medals in my... If you guys want to go ahead while I'm doing the stream, you guys can more, like, you guys can freely make your album while I'm doing the stream, and then later on in the stream, I can go to your guys' album if you want. So, like, even if you don't have one set up right now, now is a great opportunity to, well, make it now. To take advantage of it. Now, like, you don't necessarily need to get all your medals in the album, per se. So, like, for example, if we take a look at my album, for example, we'll do, yeah, it's special, okay. If we take a look at my album, for example, I pretty much only have like tier 5 and upwards type medals. I don't think I have any tier 4 medals in here, because really tier 4 and tier 3 medals aren't really that relevant anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only have tier 5 and upwards medals. So if you guys want to do the same thing too, I can still work with that as well. Granted, if you're more of like a newer player, maybe you'll want to try to include your tier 4 and 3 medals too. But if you're like an intermediate or a veteran player, then yeah, your tier 5s and upwards should probably good enough. At the very least, include all of your gilded medals. Those are the ones that I will look at first the most. Okay, whenever anybody asks me for help towards setups, the first thing I almost always ask is, can you please just show me your gilded medals real quick? Because I don't know about you guys. I don't know how many of you guys have actually helped other people out, but that's something that always happens. It's hey, I need help, and they spam like 1,000 pages of like their album on their phone, and I'm like, that is a mess for me to look at. It's so much easier if I can just look at an organized, sorted section of just your gilded medals, and then I can work from there. Alright. I was going to say, nice album. Some of the Behemoth Twilight Thorn would be good to include. Yeah, they can be good to include. Like I said, it entirely depends on like how far into the game you are. So, just want to throw this out, but I looked through your website the other day and noticed you had HE Larksine analysis as a typo. It has the wrong special ability. It should be more gauges used this turn. Do I really? Let me check that out. I've seen them used in some of your setup recos on metal reviews. Hold on, I'm checking out Larksine real quick. Y'all are seeing the behind the scenes editing of what I do for my website. Alright, Larksine. Did I really not make one for him? Oh, I guess it didn't. That's true. Yours has more special attacks. Oh, does it really? Let me... Oh, oops. You're right. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll fix that real quick. What was the exact wording for it? Oh no. No, that was the wrong button. It is inflicts more damage the more gauges used this turn. Gauges used this turn. Alright. Thank you for that, DK Boss. I'll just go ahead and publish that real quick. And just to make sure what's going on. I'm just going to do it a second time just in case. Okay, cool. If it was actually more special, I might actually use that metal. Yeah, it would definitely be a little bit easier. Not gonna lie. Depending, but like, yeah, she really depends. Honestly, if you don't use a lot of the SP gauge reduction skills on your metals, on like your good metals, she actually becomes a lot better to use because of the fact that like most metals coming out these days all of a sudden are like at least 4 gauges compared to the usual 3 or less. I mean, just from this front page, like he's 7 gauges, 4 gauges, 4 gauges, 4 gauges. Let's go to recent articles database. 4 gauges. Stop loading. Yeah, thank you, Rendula. I spent so much time making this thing. So yeah, like look, like 4 gauges, 4 gauges, 4 gauges, 7 gauges. You don't count. I don't remember you. I want to say you're like 1 or 2. So you want to count. You're not good. You're not good. You're like 5 gauges. HD Vanitas is, or Ventus is 4 gauges. Terra is 5. Tyro sucks. So yeah, like honestly, there's a lot of like metals coming out now. They're like 4 gauges, 4 or 5 gauges and whatnot, or higher. So honestly, HD Larkstein isn't that bad, especially if you're using like the Sephiroth and Vanitas EX Plus metals and whatnot. So like, let's go here. Let's go to let's do Fairy Stars for example. Actually, do I want to do Fairy Star? Well, we'll do Diamond Dust. All right. I guess I don't know. I guess it just depends. What is up, Shondo? You don't have many Gilded Metals. That's fine if you don't have many Gilded Metals. At the very least, include the ones that you do have. Even if you have like none, that's fine. Okay, if you have none, then you should probably include your highest tier metals first. Then at that point, I'm trying to set up my own. I'm like, dang, I'm worse off than I thought. I hate how the proud mode ones that require 5+ gauges for special. Yeah, there can be a lot of annoying proud mode quests. Not gonna lie, there was actually a proud mode quest within the last batch that came out that actually gave me a little bit of a difficulty. I was kind of surprised because at this point I have most of the medals that are in the game. I believe my album completion rate in game is like 80% or something. Oh snap, bruh! Let me know how the orchestra is for me. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I was so sad the fact I couldn't get tickets to next week's Union Cross meeting, the Dandelion meeting, because I really wanted to go. But I didn't have money at the time to buy a ticket, nor like could I figure out a way fast enough to like figure out how can I actually get there and afford a hotel and drive and all that good stuff. Like, yeah, I really wanted to go though. I was pretty sad. I'm pretty sad I'm not able to go. I saw someone on Reddit mention that they had an extra ticket all of a sudden because their friend can't go all of a sudden or whatever. But like by the time I saw it, I'm pretty sure someone snatched it up already. So feels bad. Same, better off waiting for local events. It would be nice if we could have events on the East Coast instead of all the way in California. Honestly, I kind of had it planned out in my head though as to something I could possibly do, because my cousin is actually a video editor, and she lives in California, and I believe she actually lives nearby a bunch of the gaming studios. So she actually lives nearby the Square Enix headquarters in California, I believe. So like I probably could have called up my cousin and be like, yo, oh, excuse me, yo, can I spend a night over there and stuff to go to this event that's near you, and we can hang out and stuff in the meantime, blah blah blah. I kind of considered doing that, but I mean, like, by the time I figure all this stuff out, like, it was too late. Like, all the tickets were sold out, so kind of sad. It's like at the same time, I can only imagine how exactly it would go down if I did get a ticket and I was gonna go all of a sudden and stuff like that. Because here's the thing. People in my Discord know. So people outside my I don't know how many people are watching that are outside my Discord. But people outside my Discord may not know as much. But like, I hardcore go digging around online on all the social media and poking at Senna all the time. Like I practically, I mean, I haven't had to do it as much lately because I haven't had a reason to do so. But like I was literally like poking Glacy and Rachel like every other week and stuff. I was hunting, like people on my Discord know too, I was hunting down every single Square Enix webpage and stuff, trying to figure stuff out. I even went on like Google Maps and like hardcore satellite, looked down and found their headquarters, and doing all this sorts of stuff. It was funny. Well, I mean, it's funny in hindsight, but like I was practically a stalker for quite a while. It's funny. Let's see. I typed "world ends" in the search and it broke. Couch. I bet you get on Senna's. I don't know. That's what I always worry about. I'm not worry about. That's what I always wonder about. Is like, what exactly do they think about me? Because I mean, realistically, as far as I can tell, I am 100% legitimately the only like YouTuber that actually goes out of their way to like, I don't want to say mess with or annoy or whatever, but like actually goes out of my way to contact these people. I feel like I'm the only person that actually goes out of my way to contact these people. Like I'm currently in the process of speaking to some of the other Union Cross YouTube. Oh shit! I just forgot. I forgot to respond to. I need to respond to Endofin after this stream. How does every Union Cross Twitter user not know you? Honestly, Randula, I have a pretty good feeling that at this point, a good portion of the Union Cross people know me at this point because of how active I am on the social media. I mean, for those, I mean, at least those that use Twitter. I know some of them don't use Twitter or don't use it that often, so they may not know me as much. But the ones that actively do use Twitter, like, I'm pretty sure I'm 100% sure Smelly Octopus knows about me. I even, like, actually, I could show you guys, I don't, like, show you guys some of this stuff. I am 100% sure he knows about it, especially after one of his latest, post from like a few days ago asking about why do people don't like trait metals, and I left like a thick message and I got like a fifth of his likes in my own message too, and it was like my post was like the biggest liked comment out of all of his other ones. So it's like I am like 100% sure he knows who I am. He just doesn't want to talk to me, and for some reason or another. Actually, I might not want to do that. It's a lot of digging. Let me see. I've seen people worse than you. I don't doubt it, to be honest. Can you repeat how to delete the metals on Tracker? I have doubles for some reason. Sure, I'll show you that real quick. So if you're on Tracker, you go to menu in the top right corner. All right. You click on your album, which is right here also on the top right corner. All right. Your album doesn't pop up right away for some reason, so the easiest way to do that is just click sort and exit out. Bam, your album pops up now. Okay. So when your album pops up, you click on the metal. All right, scroll all the way to the bottom and you click delete metal from album. I just want to point out first though, make sure it's the correct metal that you want to delete. So like if you have multiples of the same album, if you have duplicates, make sure it's the correct duplicate that you're trying to delete. Open the details, scroll to the bottom. Alright, so I hope that helped out, Game Whammy. You need to put in search refresh in the code page. Alright, let's see. But yeah, I don't know if Rosie's watching, but I'm really enjoying this new view of the metals in the album page. Like it looks so nice. It looks so nice. Being able to look at it this way. Honestly, realistically, at least for my videos, I'll probably end up using this page quite a lot. But when actually making the metals, making the actual setups themselves, that's when I'm actually gonna go and use the feature you just showed me. So no, sort this feature, so like kittens. So I'll use this feature. This feature right here will probably help me out a lot in terms of actually making the setups, make it easier for me. And this one right here will make it a lot easier to present the information during the videos. Like you're doing a great job, Rosie. I really appreciate the effort. Ooh, I know what I can do. I can put in headphones. All right. This will work. I just want to make sure that like I actually sound okay to you guys and stuff. Because I know in my last stream, the audio wasn't exactly the best. All right. Does anybody have any questions by chance while I'm sitting here? Just so I'm not like bored or you guys are bored. I remember, oh my god, it's so hard to talk while I'm listening to myself because there's like a slight lag and I'm like listening to my own repetition. What was I saying? But yeah, in the meantime, like if there's any questions you guys have and whatnot, feel free to ask. Just deleting and adding stuff to the album. Gotcha. Yeah, I realize a few of you are probably making albums and stuff right now at the moment, so I'm kind of just waiting. I'm also planning to... One of the things I'm planning to do, like once we're done going over albums and whatnot, and help and all that good jazz, is that if we have time, we could actually even maybe play a little bit of Union Cross together. I'll boot up my BlueStacks. Oh, excuse me. And for those of you that are in Volps, I'll let you into my party for like... I'll temporarily let you into my party so we can play Union Cross, and then once the stream is done, I'll kick you from the party if you don't meet my requirements and whatnot. I was streaming once with a friend in Discord, and my voice would not stop echoing through his mic, so in my stream, same word was it? There is a tweet coming in 2 hours. What do you think they should drop on us to say this anniversary? Honestly, that's partially the reason why I chose this time for my stream, because I'm like, you know, I could probably help people out for a few hours, and then the tweet, and then the whatever tweet or update will drop on us tonight, and then I can just go over that during the stream as well. Blah blah blah. I'm honestly not too sure what they're gonna give us. Yeah, BlueStacks works, Evans. Already there. How rude. Just get... Dang, he kicked me from the party. Disrespected. Yeah. But no, like, yeah, like, honestly, I think it'd be a lot of fun if we could actually play, like, Union Cross together. I don't know about you guys who end up playing Union Cross with other people, but, like, I pretty much always carry anybody in Union Cross. Like, if you need help with Union Cross, especially at 11 o'clock, because I think that's, I believe that's one of the boost times, the half-an-hour boost time. So if you want those coins, I got you, okay? I'll carry you throughout the whole thing. I'll get you your entire week's worth of coins for you. Like, legitimately, you probably don't even have to fight. Just sit there, let me do all the work, and you're good. Let's see. Do you plan on staying here for 2 hours for that tweet? It honestly just depends. It depends on how long we end up taking doing all this, to be honest. Yeah, it'll just depend. If we end up doing good enough, like for example, chances are, as soon as you guys like give me your albums and stuff to look at, I might end up taking half an hour to an hour or so, maybe possibly on just one person's album. So like, I could very easily kill time without realizing it, depending on how the stream goes and whatnot. So we'll see. It is only like what 2 hours away, so I'm pretty sure it's possible. I really wish there was a friend option outside the parts. I really do too. I believe I posted it as a concern in one of my Reddit posts. My really long ass Reddit posts. Because honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me at all why you can't group up with people outside of your own party. I feel like at the very least you should be able to group up with people inside your own union, because that makes a lot more sense, because it is, you know, Union Cross. So like I should be able to type in your username or at least your ID or something and be able to get you to like join my group and do Union Cross together. Like, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, the entire aspect of what was supposed to make Union Cross fun and exciting was be able to do it with your friends. But if your friends are not in your party, then it's like, well, what's the point? Union Cross is a limited experience. Like, I just go in and either get MVP or second. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, we already have my album. Yeah, I already have yours. I did give it after the though. It's more like I'm amazed that the story lets you play with people outside your union party, but in the game you can't. Yeah, it is a little weird. It goes against everything we were supposed to believe it. My friends are... Exactly. Exactly. Honestly, that's also going to be that's also a concern of mine for PvP that's coming up too. I really hope that they make PvP more in line of what we actually expect, like being able to actually fight our friends and stuff, or at the very least fight our party members. I don't want it to just be like a, multiplayer. I really don't want it to be just like another multiplayer version of a damage contest, because to me that's not fun at all. That's not very exciting, to be honest. At least not to me. Like, it might be exciting at first because it's the new hot toy to play with, but then after a few days, or maybe after like a few hours, depending on how it's done, I could easily see it becoming very boring and just being like another Coliseum or something. Especially for some of you guys, like the intermediate and beginner players, it's not going to be fun for you guys if you're fighting people like me all the time too, because I'm just going to wreck you. Let's see. Friendly spars or something. I really do want to fight my friends. Like, to me, that's like what I want the most out of everything in this PvP. I just want to be able to fight my friends. I want to be like, fight me, okay? Let's go. Grab your Keyblade. Meet me at 10 o'clock in the Coliseum type of thing, and we'll show down. And yeah, to me that just sounds like fun. And you could try out different setups and stuff with your friends and whatnot, and before you actually go do like multiplayer PvP. Yeah, so it depends. I'm really curious to see how it's going to be. I just noticed HTL metal and Scrooge are not in the metal list. Oh, Huey Dewey Louie metal and Scrooge are not in the metal list. You mean like the list of medals that you can add to your album? Because if you go to search, they're gonna pop up. Like, bam, there's Scrooge McDuck. There's Huey Dewey Louie. So, not really sure what you mean. Not something so competitive. Not so, yeah, like, it depends. We'll see what they do. Finish my album. Here's my username. By the way, the only good Keyblade I have is a level 26 Starlight. Alright, I'll try to focus on your Starlight then, Xeno. Let's see. Sort. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'm assuming this is your album. Did you make sure to include all of the important traits and skills and stuff too? Okay, so there's a skill. 1 dot. I want to say yes. Does this look right? You don't know? Oh, you're a beginner? Okay, cool. I'll take that. That makes more sense then. After looking at, I'm a little bit behind on the chat, by the way, guys. So it makes more sense though if you're a beginner why most of these aren't like guilted and whatnot. What's up? All right. You need a larger Olympia. I found my friend's Ike. Bro, Ike is one of my mains in Smash. I need a larger Olympia. Yeah, that petition. I finished my open. If you have time, please check it out. Sure thing, Shando. Just let me know what your username on Tracker is, and I'll try to check it out here. Actually, I'm gonna make a list of your guys' usernames real quick so I can get to it at a time. Oh, ask. Try to give me an actual like question or something too that I can actually like help you guys with too. So like, if I just have your album and that's it, well, that doesn't really do me too much. Like, I need to know like what am I trying to do with your album? Like, what do you need help with? Okay, that's what I want. That's what I need to know. So I know I saw Zeno's. Let me get my. All right, so we have Zeno. I think I spelled that wrong. That pencil sucks. Let's see. Okay, so Zeno. I know we have Kittens. We have Groudon. Shando, is your username on Tracker Shando? There's like 10-20 seconds delay in streams. That's fine. I'm just glad that my internet is working at the very least, to be honest. I main Cloud, Link, and Yoshi and Smash. Nice. Cloud is OP. I will fight you to the death with Ike as Cloud. Oh, if you're using Cloud. I have so much fun fighting Cloud players as Ike. It's so much fun. I'd say I'm beginner 2. I've been playing for about 2 months, still working on my album, just doing my better medals right now. Gotcha. How can I pass higher health bars in Coliseum? So you basically want to know about the tough opponents, Zeno. Okay. Coliseum. Hard enemies. I sent my album link and request to your Gmail. Gotcha. Okay, I'll check it out in a sec then. I've been horrible at spelling tonight too. Shannon is my username. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Okay, cool. So was it? Alright, let me check out my Gmail real quick then. Oh, are you Shantanu? I'm assuming you're Shantanu. I'm assuming this is you? Is this you, Shando? Does that look right? Let's see. I should probably have a little music in the background since I can hear the heat emitting from your computer. Oh, can you really? Okay, I hope I don't get like some type of strike or something for playing the wrong type of music. We'll do this. Ooh, actually, I know what it can do. Yeah. Yeah, my Gmail is just khuxnation@gmail.com. So yeah, definitely make sure you spelled it right, because I don't think I got one from you. I'm looking at it right now, and this is my. I only have a handful of submissions so far. Let's see though. I know what I can do for music. I think this one. Is that good? Can you guys hear me all right? I might have to turn it down. I don't know how to. I'm trying to lower the volume. I don't know how to do that. I think I found it. Let's see how that does. Oh no! No. Yeah. But yeah, Shandu, even if I didn't get your email, you can just tell me your question right now, and I'll put a list of people that I got going on right now. Alright, cool. So I'll just get started with Xenos. Okay, so I'm running on Xenos. Actually, will that work? Sweet. Alright. I got your email, Shandu. You were asking about a Coliseum. Gotcha. It does work like that. Cool. Let me try something. Hey, look at that. Oh snap! That was Let me exit this. Leave. We'll leave you two. Oops. Awesome. All right. Let's do this. All right. I think Zeno said your best Keyblade was the Starlight, right? Is that correct? Cool. So let's go to Starlight. 26. Alright, so first of all, before I do anything else, I want to take a look at your actual medals. I'm going to look at just the gilded ones for now. 135%. Donald B, 27%. Gotcha. Alright, so what I can say, Zeno, is that, at the very least, looking at your gilded medals, the only thing that even, like, is worth looking at is the 0.2 Kyrie. Let me take this out. Realistically, I'm probably just gonna completely disregard your Donald B, because Donald B is not that great. I think he's like a tier 2 medal. Yeah, he's a tier 2 medal. I'm probably just gonna end up disregarding him. We'll see. It depends. What's his multiplier? 1.91. 1.99. Yeah. I'm probably gonna disregard him. He's honestly not that great right now. But at the very least, your 0.2 Kyrie is gilded, and chances are we're probably gonna be using 0.2 Kyrie in almost every single setup, anyways, for you. So, hey, that works out. I've only played for like 5 months. Doing better than me though. If you take the 1.5 year break period, I'm kind of new. Yeah. Let's see. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was getting rid of the guild. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so now if I organize again, let's organize it by tier. I want to see your... Actually, what tier 7 medals do you have? Okay, it's actually fairly decent. You have a lot of power medals. You have illustrated Kyrie. Well, if you have illustrated Kyrie, scratch everything I just said about 0.2 Kyrie, because you don't need to use 0.2 Kyrie now. Just use illustrated Kyrie EX. I should probably make a separate list. Is the music still playing? It is. Okay, cool. Sorry guys, I know it's taking me a while to actually like get started on this stuff. This is my first time doing like a stream for this type of thing too, so I'm learning as I go. Oh no, what just happened? Alright. So you have illustrated Kyrie. What are your tier 6 medals? Oh my god! Look at all those Atlanticosaurus. How come it... What? Do you actually have 3 of them? Because you might as well just fuse them. If Shion... Oh, actually, I should probably be writing down your copy medals. HD Shion. I believe you had Vanitas from tier 7. Yeah. HD Vanitas. That's one fine flipper. You can always take Keyblade requests, though I don't have the LP ones like Fairy Server. That's fine. I'll just let you guys. I'll just let you know stuff as I go through it, of course. Put points, yes. Brian, never forget the flipper. What the heck? For those of you that don't know, there's a bit of an inside joke in the Discord about illustrated Atlanticosaura. Alright, let me look at your tier 5 medals. You have Key Art Sky and Key Art Bonds. I tried to get Key Art Beginnings too at some point. Like, you typically want at least one copy of each of the 3, typically. Oh, you have HD Nominate too. Cool. I think that's all your copy medals. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Right after I look at Gilted medals, I always look at copy medals too. Because chances are, if I'm making a setup, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be using a copy medal of some sort. Alright, so let's do this. Just the tier 6 and 7 medals. We'll do that. And we're working with a 26 Starlight. Okay. So right here in the first slot, I already know we're going to be using your illustrated Kyrie EX. That's going to go right there. I'm actually going to do this so you guys can see that. And we'll click that to see the average damage. So now we want to copy her. You always want to try to copy Kyrie or Shion EX like at least once each. I know you have bonds. Here we go. Alright, so that right there already takes care of most of our buffs and debuffs. Well, actually, yeah. So, like, we already have max strength buffs. We have max attribute buffs. Our upright buffs are at +4 right now, so we only need 3 more. And we have max attribute debuffs, and we have -6 general defense down. So if we can get at least 1 more general defense down, we're solid. Since we are using Illustrated Kyrie EX, we want to, and she provides an upright buff, we want to try to stick to just upright metals if possible. So knowing that, and because of the fact that our third slot is a power reverse slot, we'll actually use our HD Shion right there in the third slot. Because for those of you that don't know, copy metals, whatever metal they copy, they will also copy their attribute and whatnot. So like, for example, HD Shion over here is going to be copying the 4th slot, which will probably most likely end up being a speed upright metal. So when HD Shion copies that speed upright metal, she is essentially also becoming a speed upright metal. So because of the fact she's becoming an upright metal, she will receive any upright buffs that Kyrie provides her. So that's basically the type of mentality that ends up going on when you use copy metals in relation to, well, buffs and debuffs and stuff like that. Evan 77s. Okay. Kittens, Groudon, and Evan 7s. If you can give me some type of question or whatever for me to work with as well when I look at your album, that would help. Right now, I only have Z. So this right here is most likely gonna be what your first 3 medals on your Starlight are gonna be, Xeno. So, and remember, then again, at the very least, we want to try to max out that general defense down debuffs as much as possible first, before anything else. Especially when it comes to fighting against really tough enemies. Especially more so for Colosseum, because in Colosseum, how do I word this? Attribute debuffs versus general defense down debuffs are completely different things. So think of it like this. Attribute debuffs and buffs, just attribute buffs and debuffs in general, apply a fixed amount of stat increase or decreases, whereas general strength or defense buffs and debuffs are a little bit more scalar. So like, for example, let's just to try to make it simple, let's say that for every, let's say you're using a power setup, okay, pure power, you're using Fenrir or Treasure Trove, one of the two, okay, you're using a complete power setup, okay, and just to make it easy to understand and visualize, let's say for every power strength buff that you give yourself, it gives you plus 50 attack, okay, alright. Now, let's say we just start Colosseum and we're fighting a level 1 enemy. Their general defense, let's just say for argument's sake, their general defense is gonna equal 1 since their level is 1. These are not actual numbers, I'm just making them up, okay, just to explain, okay. So, in this instance, because the enemy is so weak, attribute debuffs will end up doing more against the weaker enemies than general defense down debuffs will. However, because of the fact that general defense scales with the enemy's levels, okay, that also means that as you go through Colosseum and their levels are getting higher and stuff like that, that also means that their general defense is gonna be higher, and sooner or later it's gonna reach a breaking point where their general defense is gonna be way higher than any amount that your attribute debuffs will be able to provide. So like, let's go back to the example I was saying, how attribute debuffs, let's say debuffs by 50. The max is 7. You can only have a max of -7 debuffs of attribute. So if each one does 50, that's a total of 350 debuffs, like stat debuffs, okay? But what if they're like a level 1000 opponent, okay? 350 against 1000, you're still left with 650. That still only does so much of general defense. And that's where the general defense ability comes into play. It goes more like, it reduces it more by like a percentage rather than like an amount, okay? And that's also why the -60 traits are also very relevant as well, because they're kind of like an extra layer of general defense down in a way. Let's see. So against the harder enemies, we want more of the general defense down compared to any attribute debuffs. Same with buffs too. And against the weaker enemies, and just for reference too, raid bosses technically count as weak enemies because technically they are just a level 99 enemy. Even though they have like a bajillion bars of health, they're technically a level 99 enemy, so they're really weak. So general defense down and -60 traits aren't going to really do too much against a raid boss, for example. And attribute buffs and debuffs are going to do a lot more against those, just to explain that. Oh, did the music stop? Oh, okay, I'll just replay it. There you go. Let's see. Your best setup for Fairy Star is 35.4. Fairy Star setup for kittens. Level 34. I only put my notable medals in the album. Don't really have a question, really. Okay, cool. So yeah. So in terms of Coliseum, you want to try to max out your general defense down as much as possible. So in terms of your setup right here that I have like half of it right now, we're still missing one more general defense down. So if we can get that extra general defense down if possible, that is the ideal. So let's take a look at what you have. So right now, Illustrated Atlanticosaur does provide a general defense down debuff. So I'm going to keep that in mind because right now I need to look at your speed upright medals because that's what the 4th slot is. So let's do that. And let's see. Oof. As of right now, Illustrated Atlanticosaur and Aqua B are going to be your only medals at the moment, I believe. I think you're just attribute buffs, yeah. And you don't provide anything. You're just a damage medal. I don't think oh, he does it too. All right, that works. So I think we might end up using your HD Ventus. Oh, but he's actually, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we might end up using your HD Ventus. $34, $244. I'm just checking things real quick. Yeah. So in this case, we're probably going to end up using your HD Ventus. So let's just add them real quick. Right here for your 2nd slot. So now at this point, by the time we reach your 3rd slot, HD Shion, we have your general defense down maxed out already. So now at this point, your 4th slot's just there for damage. Now we're on the 5th slot where it's magic upright. So at this point, because of the fact that all our base stats and debuffs, buffs and debuffs are maxed out, the only thing that's not maxed out is power upright buff and debuff. If you have any medals that provide that would help, but we're focusing mostly on damage at this point. So now we're at a magic upright slot, so we want to look at the magic upright medals. Let's see. None of these are guilted, so that ends up being a thing. .2 Sora isn't bad. Honestly, I might end up considering using HD nominate for the 5th slot instead to copy whatever's in your pet metal. That might end up being your best option. Let me look at what your other stuff is. You have HD King Mickey. Honestly, I might actually end up using this as the pet metal instead. Oh, you have Leon too. Let's see. 3.78. Nope, I actually... actually might end up using Leon instead. What's set at? 4.32, and I think you're higher, right? Oh, no, 4.28. Not bad. Let's see. What's your multiplier at? 3.10, okay. Alright, so looking from this, I think this is what we're going to end up doing. I'm a little torn, to be honest. Because we'll test it out, because that's kind of like the process of making setups and stuff. We're going to test something out real quick. Cool, okay. I'll put Dominate. So at first glance, this is the setup that I think would work great. So this does about 5.5 million damage according to the site. And for those of you that don't know, I'm using average and AB plus GDD damage method. That's the one I use. Okay. Your nominee has, I just noticed that your nominee has the -60 ground trait too, which is actually pretty useful, especially in Coliseum. Coliseum, -60 traits and extra attack are, you pretty much like, -60 traits and extra attack in Coliseum are a lot more relevant than in any other mode. In any other mode, extra attack ends up becoming way more relevant a majority of the time, and any other trait just ends up being extra. But when it comes to Coliseum, -60 traits are like super important. So this is the first setup. Now, so right here, this setup right here, we have max bus and debus in general for the basic ones, and then we have up to +6 upright strength, which is honestly not that bad. So by the time you get to HD Leon, you're going to be doing a crap ton of damage. So one thing I'm curious about is, what else can I do with your setup? I'm curious about this instead. Okay, that's what I thought. So using instead actually does a little bit more damage. And that's just simply because of the fact that, well, he has a higher multiplier. Yeah. Somewhat. It depends. Okay. If you have one enemy left, he has a higher multiplier. If you don't, I believe he has a lower multiplier. Yeah, if you don't have one enemy left, he has a lower multiplier. So it kind of depends. If anything, honestly, this right here using a set instead can be a little bit more flexible, but it completely depends. Because the fact that because here's the thought process. Like if you're fighting in Coliseum, typically there's only like 1 or 2 enemies in the group that has a higher health pool compared to everyone else. So within the first few medals, you'll kill everyone else and you'll just have those 1 or 2 enemies left. Oh my god. So in those cases, medals like HDS said will actually end up being very useful. Oh, excuse me. Because of the fact that they can take advantage of that multiplier difference. Or, yeah. Okay, cool. I keep second guessing myself. 11,2000, call it. I hate them. Health pools, especially if they're magic, since they run power setups, aka Dark Null. Yeah. I'm running right now both a Dark Null and Diamond Dust setup, as well as a Fairy Stars, which is basically a Dark Null. Since I both have Sephiroth EX Plus and Vanitas EX Plus now. So, but at the very least, be like switching between HD Leon and a Sed using this setup is probably going to be one of your best setups. I don't know if it's definitely your best setup, but at least based on the fairy stars, off first glance, this is around what I'm looking at. Either using a Sed or HD Leon. You just kind of want to play around with it depending on the quest or mode or what you're doing in Coliseum and stuff. So like if you're fighting like a really tough group of enemies who don't die after like the first turn or whatever, like the entire group just doesn't die after the first turn or something, HD Leon will be more relevant in that situation using this setup instead. But then against enemies that will die pretty quickly and it's only left with like 1 or 2 enemies, kind of like in Coliseum for example, and then a Sed might be a little bit more relevant. So it's like one of those situational type of things that you kind of just have to like mess with a little bit. How do you send... Oh, what's up, Maithreya? Goda? I don't know if I pronounced that right. Goda, if you just tell me your username for your album in the stream, I can write it down real quick and I'll be able to access it. But if you want to actually submit your album for a potential Fairy Kingdom Key video on my channel, send it to me in an email. If you need instructions and stuff like that, you can check out one of my Kingdom Key videos. My email is at khuxnation@gmail.com. Make sure to follow the instructions in the videos though. Otherwise I'm not going to accept your submission. Zypher. Okay, cool. I'll write that down real quick. Also, if you can, try to give me some type of question or whatnot as to like what I can do with your album. Otherwise, I'm just staring at medals and I don't know what to tell you. I need to start guilding medals again. But I can't right now. That's fine. Don't worry about it too much, Zeno. You are a beginner, so I'm not expecting anything like outrageous from you anytime soon. Album. Hey, what's up, Thundeet? What's up, Squid? What's up, Squid? Squid's from my Discord. Alright. Also, oh, who was that? Goda. If any specifics you can give me about like your Keyblade levels and whatnot, or like what's your best Keyblade and yada yada, that would generally typically help me out as well. Alright, so I made a quick thing for Zeno real quick. I'm going to move on to the next person. I don't want to spend too long on each person because my throat's getting a little bit parched and it's already like 9:50. Alright, so the next person I'm going to work on is... We'll work on Shando next. Actually. Hold on. Actually, let me see. Yeah, no problem, Zeno. Don't forget some water. What? I'll just go down the list. I'll do kittens next. That's not it. Don't forget to drink some water. Yeah. It's not water, but it's something to drink. My Malta, India, for those of you who are Hispanic. Oh my god. Wait, what? Do I still have the... Oh, I do, okay. I was about to say, like, what? Okay. Let's take a look at everything. Let's do this. Look at just the Gilded Medals. Bam. Alright. So we have a lot more to work with here. We're probably gonna have some fun looking at this. Should you put a skill on your pet metal? I mean, realistically, you should put a skill on every metal, not just your pet metal. So, unless you mean something specific, that's the best answer I can give. I would give, in terms of specific skills, so like before I start adding stuff, okay? So like using this setup right here, okay? I would recommend, because you have like no skills yeah, you have like no skills on anything right now. You want to put second chance on your Kairi right here. Put second chance on her, okay? Whatever best second chance skill you have, put it on her. Anything else can pretty much get an attack skill, attack boost skill of some sort. Shandu, I kind of skipped you for a second because I may or may not, because of the fact you did send me an email, I may or may not like use your email for a video. So like, if I cover you in the stream right now, I might not be as motivated to do a video. So, I mean, if you don't mind, either way. Like, to me, I feel like it's cooler to have you in an actual video, where like it's like eternalized on the channel right there for you type thing. But I mean, like, if you don't mind either way, I can still do you anyways. All right. Yeah, let me know. And depending on what you say, I could probably do you next after Kittens. All right, so Kittens has a level 34 Keyblade, or of Fairy Stars. Let me take these off too. Yep, it's way cooler. Yeah, so it's honestly just mostly because of that. It's nothing like personal or whatever. All right, and so now we're looking at some of the cool stuff. So I see. Okay, so I should probably. Write this down. So you have Kingdom Hearts 2 nominee. You have HD Shion. You have two of them. Oh my god. Well, Kittens, do you actually have multiple copies of these copy medals, or was that just an accident when adding stuff? Like you just didn't know how to delete it, like you were asking about before? Remember, the stream's a little bit delayed, so I don't know what you're saying yep to. Are you saying yep to having multiple copies, or just not knowing how to delete it? Is the music playing, by the way? Like, okay, it's still playing. Let me bring that back. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's take a look at that again. So you have the Anti-Form Sora, HD Shion, you have HD Vanitas. You have Kairi, so honestly Roxas doesn't matter. Do you have any other copy medals? Alright, so what tiers am I looking at? Oh, are these just... This is your entire album? Oh, these are all your Gilted medals. Gotcha. Gotcha. Good to know. Okay, so let me look at your non-guilty metals. Wait, what? Gotcha. We have Shion at least. Okay. So if I just do all, does it not change that much? Okay, so this is literally your whole album that you sent me. Gotcha. Okay, cool. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just needed to actually like make sure I was on the same page. Alright, do any of your copy metals have extra attack by chance? Oh wait, I'm here looking at skills, not traits. I think that's a no. That's a no. Okay, that's fine if it doesn't. After like 8 I never got a single EA on copy. Yeah, that happened to me for the longest time too on my HD Shions. I think it was one of like those EX deals where it gives you like different medals and stuff. I think it was the Wayfinder trio. Don't remember. Alright, so this is gonna be my first reaction. You have Sephiroth, so I would definitely want to try running Sephiroth. So we're gonna... What's your best? Okay, so I'm gonna use this nominee instead. Oops, that's not it. I'm gonna use this nominee instead. And then we're gonna use your Sephiroth. Is there a difference between your Sephiroth? Oh. Are they both max skill too? They are. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna use this one just because it has a trait. Realistically, it's not gonna matter unless you're actually doing raid boss, of course. But I mean, hey, two of them already have raid boss, so kudos to you. Normally, okay, so this is actually interesting. Normally, I would want to use key art bonds in this 5th slot right here, and then I'll just have like another awesome power, or not, just another awesome reverse metal right here in the pet slot. But you don't have bonds. But what you do have, at least that you showed me anyways, you have that anti-form Sora. So we can kind of just cheat our way a little bit. And since you do have 2 Sephiroths, is this the one without it? Yeah. We'll just put it there. Bam, you're using 4 Sephiroths now. So a little bit of a workaround. And now we just want a copy metal to copy your Shion. Actually, I'm going to use a Shion metal. Bam. So look at this. That right there does about 87.5 million damage. This is currently one of the strongest setups in the game. Like legitimately, the only thing that's gonna make this setup better is getting extra attack on either a copy metal to be able to use it on your Shion, or getting extra attack on Shion herself, or extra like honestly at this point it's traits. Traits is the only thing that's gonna really make this setup any better, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, and also putting a skill on your HD anti-form Sora. I always try to make sure I have a skill of some sort on all my copy metals. You should always try to make sure, for those of you watching, you should always try to make sure that at the very least, out of all your metals, your copy metals are going to be amongst your best metals, period. So, taking time to invest in them to make them as perfect as possible, it's going to pay off in the long run. Oh, I forgot to put the skill on the metal in the album. Okay, so your Your copy metal does have a skill. Okay, cool. Attack boost 5 max. Gotcha. I'll put that on real quick then. Alright, so knowing that... Look at that. Your damage jumps up to about 100.1 million. Which is insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, like this right here is one of the best setups in the game at the moment, so... Honestly, you don't really have too much to worry about. Yeah, it's a very, very vast difference. What are your other medals again? Let me see. I'm just taking a quick look at your other medals to see if there's anything else that can pop up off the top of my head for you to make. A power 2 Sephiroth, yeah, really. Added the tier 8 filter, thanks for catching. Oh yeah, thanks Rosie. Appreciate it. Do I have to hard refresh the site again for it to pop up, or is it just gonna pop up again? I'll hard refresh. I'll just hard refresh. It's not a big deal. Let's see. So that was actually pretty easy for you kittens. Like, you can legitimately just use that setup and just go to town with it. Save the deck. That's true. I probably could save the deck. I'll make it again real quick. That's actually a good idea. I can actually send you guys the deck through the stream. All right. Put that there. Which one is it? Is it this one? Yep. Where is the anti-form? There we go. I believe this had attack boost 5 max. With the other Sephiroth. Yep, there it is. Right there. Put Shion here. Where the heck does she go? There she is. And we'll put a Shion here too. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Alright, we'll save the deck. Oh wait, I can't customize it, can I? Gaston 39. I'll send this to you in the Discord. Kittens. Does it help? There you go. Everything should be set on your end. Oh, you mean like your album? Gotcha. Okay, so I did Xeno, I did Kittens. Yeah, no problem, Kittens. Alright, so I'll do... What was that? Who was Oh, what's up, Kill Assassin 32? I didn't notice your comment earlier. Everyone wants at least one extra attack on one copy metal. That's literally the one thing. As of right now, I only have one copy metal with extra attack, and that is my baby right now. Like it is my baby. I use it on everything. Is the music still playing by chance? Okay, cool, it is. Mathria. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but Mathria Goda. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So this time I'm gonna go for Evan 7/7s. Oh, excuse me. Cool beans. What am I working with here? Jeez. You gave me a lot. All right. Let's organize this real quick. Let's look at the Gilted medals first. And you still have a lot of Gilted medals. It's not a bad thing. It just means it's more work for me. Alright, let's get rid of this. A level 35.4 fairy stars, gotcha. There we go. Alright. Let's take a look at this. Oh, so I need to know what copy medals you have. Alright, so you have Kingdom Hearts 2 Nominee. Oh, actually, hold on. These are your Gilted medals. I need to know what copy medals you have, period. Rosie, if you're watching the stream still, if adding an option to completely separate your copy medals from everything else might be helpful. It's not necessary, but like because they get used so much out of anything else, like it might not be a bad idea. Maybe even they're like their own search function or something. It's an idea worth messing with. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was looking at the copy medals. Okay, so Kingdom Hearts 2 Nominee. HT Vanitas. Honestly, like, guilt boosters are not much of a concern for me, at least in terms of your site, because you already have them like right here, and I can pretty much see how much of a guilt booster I have in game anyways, so like that's not big of an issue. It's just in terms of like organization of building setups and stuff like that, because copy medals get used so much. Like having an easier way to just be like grab them would be like a nice, what's it called, quality of life type thing. Oh, gotcha. Like the Wayfinder trio, gotcha. Any other categories of medals? I mean, as of right now, just copy medals are the main thing. Honestly, to be honest, I don't really use guilt boosting buffer medals. I call them buffer just to make it a little easier to differentiate between actual boosters and medals and stuff. I don't really use guilt buffer medals that often, primarily because of the fact that if I do, they're only there for damage, and they're at the very end of the Keyblade anyways. They're not really going to the front. And because of the fact that upright and reverse buffs and debuffs are such a thing right now, and everyone's trying to grab them, at least the competitive people anyways, that there's no room on the setup for guilt buffer medals at this moment. Like if we get more medals at in the future, let's say like an upgraded version of like Illustrated Coyote or Shioni X, for example, that provide much easier access to upright and reverse buffer and debuffers, like more of it, to the point where we can actually afford to put the Guilt buffer metals in the middle of the Keyblade, like we did before the upright and reverse debuffs came out. Then it could become more relevant thing again. But like at least at the very least right now, in terms of like competitively and whatnot, and trying to create the best setups, they don't really show up too often where I see it as like a major concern. But then again, like that's just coming from my own like, you know, top leaderboard type niche type thing. Average players could potentially want to use it. Hope Senna brings back King Mickey in a future banner. Which one? There's like 4 or something. What about like debuffers? Oh yeah, debuffers would be a nice category, Rosie. Let's see. Just being able to separate abilities in general, like you can do in game, like just having all your medals that show, like that provide general strength buffs and stuff like that, or just power strength buffs and stuff like those individual things that you can do in game. Having that on your site would definitely help it a lot too. Honestly, that would probably end up being more useful, and honestly, I probably wouldn't. What's it called? I don't think it'll be that much of a. No, that's not what I say. I wouldn't doubt it if people would intuitively think that because the category sections in the game are in the game, they might intuitively think it's also going to be available on your site. But those specific ability categories are not there at the moment. So, if anything, I think that would be more of a relevant thing to add first before anything like a copy medal or guilt buffer medals and stuff like that. Let's see. There's a decent amount. Me too, Shanda. I think I know. Enemy attack time. Enemy attack time would be nice. I can quickly make a filter for copy. Ignore attributes real quick. Buffers are a different monster altogether, and we'll take some time. Yeah, don't worry about it. Take your time. We're in no rush. I always try to make it a point when every time I message you, I'm not trying to pressure you to like get shit done or anything like that. It's just more like, you know, like when you got the time, let me know, and then I can work from there and stuff like that. You know, all that good jazz. Like I'll work with what I got. Yeah, Shando. My party is always top 50. Honestly, it's a little too easy for us. Like we honestly don't even try. We don't even try, and we're always top 50. So I can only imagine when we do try, like when the party actually does try, like we could very possibly be like top 10 or something consistently if we wanted to. But we're just lazy. Well, for us, we're lazy. All right. Yeah, I think you sent me a message on Line Messenger, Evans. I saw you sent me a message. I just haven't been able to reply just yet. So, just letting you know. All right. I got distracted though. What was I doing again? I think who? Oh, I think I was on Evan Sevens, right? Yes, I was, and I was looking at the copy medals. Should we hit nominate? JP has raid this week. Good for them, because I'm not looking to do raid just yet. To be honest, I'm not ready for raid. I just don't feel in the mood for raid. I don't know if it's because of like how what's it called? How disappointed or how lackluster I've been feeling about Anniversary or something lately. I just don't feel in the mood for Raid Week, to be honest, right now. Plus, I'm also making some changes to how my party is doing our Raid Week rules. I'm gonna be very strict during Raid Week this month and consecutive months from this point onwards, because I just became the official party leader for my party now. Last month and beforehand, I was just simply a moderator, whereas like now I'm actually legitimate the leader. I actually own the party now, so yeah. So I'm making changes to stuff. Yeah. All right. I saw you had HD. Okay, there's HD Vanitas. You have 2 Kyries. What the heck? What are you doing with 2 Kyries? Why? What are you doing? No. All right. All right. I guess before I say anything, let me check to see what other copy medals you have. You had 4. All right. I mean, realistically, you could probably still merge them anyways. You honestly don't need more than like 1 Illustrated Kyrie Shion EX once you have like a decent amount of copy medals. You have HD Shion. They might release more content day by day. We just have to wait. Yeah, that's... I mean, personally to me, that's kind of part of the problem. Like, I understand wanting to, like, celebrate Anniversary throughout the entire month. But, like, at the same time... What's today? Sunday? Yeah, today's Sunday. Anniversary was technically yesterday. So, like, even though celebrating throughout the entire month is fine, I'm cool with that. But at the very least, like... at least the way I see it, I actually have an expectation of actually something major, or at least somewhat moderately interesting or important or something. Okay, just something like to meet my expectations. Like, oh my god, this is cool so far. That's a cool thing for the actual anniversary day or whatnot, compared to just like, here's usual stuff to go along with the rest of the month. Why not makes the Keyblades emojis glow? Is Red in the... I don't know if Red's watching the stream right now to be able to reply to him. And you have Shion. Which Shion, Evan? I don't know. There's like 1,000 Shions in this game. So, which Shion are you talking about? I'm looking at Shion, HD Shion right here, but like I said, there's a ton of them. You have Kiara Beginnings and Sky. Kiara Sky. You have HD Nominate. Alright. The Tier 8 Mercy was cool until I realized that was all... Okay, you have Shion EX. Gotcha. Yeah, honestly, the 5 Mercy pull, I don't think you added her. I don't think I saw her. I'll check real quick. Oh, no, you have her. You have her, Evan. I just didn't take too much note of it because of the fact I saw... I mean, 2 Kyries right next to each other was a little bit more obvious compared to, like, a single battle. But no, you added her. I hope they bring Riku Replica next week. You mean, like, this weekend? Like, this coming Friday? Or actual legitimately next week, like, April 20th type thing? Or, yeah. Because realistically, we're probably going to end up seeing a Organization 13 medal of some sort this weekend or something. Like this coming Friday, because it's the 13th. That's more in line with what I'm expecting. Yeah. So we'll see. What was I saying? I had something in mind. And I mean, like, I partially say that too because of the fact that if you take a look at the HD Vanitas EX Plus banner, I think it expires on the same day. I think Friday ends up being the last day for that banner, which would be along the same lines as to the day when an Organization 13 medal would come out. So that also that kind of supports my theory a little bit. Next week we're missing 2 EX Pluses. I mean, realistically, one of them did just come out like just a bit ago, so I'm not expecting the Master Xehanort EX Plus medal to come out anytime that soon. If anything, we might see it at the end of the month, more along that lines, or the beginning of next month. That would probably be more realistic of when we might expect it. But we are kind of narrowing down on the medals. That is the music still playing? I'm not paying attention to it. Okay. What was I saying? But yeah, we are kind of narrowing down on the actual medals that we're behind in as time goes on. We're slowly catching up to JP in terms of medals. Where the heck is... That's not it. There it is, medals. Future medals, blah blah blah. So yeah, Master Xehanort, EX Plus, Zaldin, and JP it's called Revision. I don't know what's going to be called for Global. Rosie has it as just Plus on Tracker, which feels a little strange for me. So I'm not really sure if that's what they're going to go with for Global. But yeah, we haven't got Armor of the Master yet. We haven't gotten Illustrated Diz yet. I'm expecting Illustrated Diz to pop up fairly soon. Realistically, I'm expecting it to pop up as the next high score challenge medal. So I'm expecting that sometime this next week or two. But we haven't got Yuna, Riku, and Pain. We haven't got HT Zack yet. HT Zack is actually somewhat of a game changer too. I know it doesn't look like it does much for those of you who know what it does. It provides a -1 general defense down debuff, a -1 upright debuff, a +1 upright buff, as well as a +4 speed buff. For some people at first glance, that may not seem like too much, but realistically, it actually makes some Keyblades, like the Olympia, for example, it makes Keyblades like Olympia actually beat the Fairy Stars in terms of the meta, which is actually saying something. Let's see. This might be a high score challenge. It wasn't JP, so I wouldn't doubt it if it is for Global too. Just like Scar. I want that Judy and Nick B medal cause reasons. I feel like I know what the reasons are, I just don't want to say it. I want to look at the picture again real quick though. Let's go to JP. Yeah, I feel like I know what your reasons are. I'm just not going to say it. Alright. Alright, sorry Evans. I've been kind of a little bit behind. Oh. I don't know if Rosie is still watching. I keep having to say that. I wish I could just see who individually is watching. Like a list of people, but I can't. But if Rosie is still watching, kind of like how you have in the actual album right here where I can see the individual stuff, it might help if maybe you could have a button that can let me alternate between the name or seeing its skill and its traits and stuff. That might be kind of cool. That's not that's absolutely not necessary whatsoever. It's just like a nice thing too, so I don't have to actually individually click on each medal. You can think of it very similar as like the swap stats button that you have on the actual damage calculator. It's kind of the same thing, but like on this page instead. You can substitute their name with the skill or trait. Might be interesting. Might make it a little bit easier to look through all this too. Kind of like this. Makes it a little bit easier to look at what's what. Evan 77. Actually, I could do that on here. Since I don't... Yeah. Alright. I believe I wrote down all your copy medals. You have a pretty decent amount too. And you wanted Fairy Stars, level 35.4. I do not believe I saw a Sephiroth EX Plus. I mean, I saw you have HD Vanitas EX Plus, so... But you don't have Sephiroth EX Plus, so you can't... You're not... Oh, is this it? Interesting. Yeah. So I won't be able to make a reverse setup for your Fairy Stars, but I can still make an upright setup. Just taking a look. So I see you have Terra, so that'll probably end up being the pet slot medal. I know you have Kyrie. You have 2 Kyries. Chances are, oh yeah, we're going to be using this Kyrie instead since it's higher guilt percentage and it has a minus 60 trait, which is more relevant, especially in modes like Coliseum. Do any of your copy medals have extra attack? Let's see. Ooh, your Vanitas X extra attack. That's good to know. Nominate doesn't. Nominate doesn't. You have 2 of these guys? What the heck? Oh, did you guilt him? Did you mercy him twice? Doesn't. Okay, cool. So your HD Vanitas has extra attack. That's actually really good to know. So knowing that, we're going to grab HD Vanitas. We're going to put him there. We're going to grab your Kyrie. Seven. Is this it? No, that's not it. Alright. So that's the first thing I'm going to want to do. Because this does a variety of things. One, it takes care of that one extra general defense down that we're missing typically if you don't have an extra attack copy medal and you just copy it like normal. So we don't have to worry about filling that condition in the 3rd or 4th slot anymore. We can just go pure damage from this point onwards. But at this point too, we have +6 upright buffs. Pretty almost literally. We have almost everything maxed out at this point. The only thing we can do to make this setup better for Fairy Stars is to cap out our upright buff and try to attempt to cap out our upright debuffs. That's like the only thing we could really add to this point. So what magic... I mean, you have this guy right here, so that might end up being a thing. 3.68. Riku might end up being the better option. Let me look at your Mickey real quick. Yeah, your Riku definitely ends up being the better option with what you have. Oh, let me do that. Let me organize it by max guild special. There we go, that's better. Yeah. So Riku probably can be... Do you have HD... Yeah, you do have HD shield. Can you guys still hear the music? Yeah, no problem. I'll see you later, kittens. When are we getting PvP again? We're supposed to be getting it sometime this month. I don't know when exactly it's supposed to be. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna add Shion there. Now I want to look at your speed upright. Alright, so this is actually going to be something I want to show you, Evan. Oh, you have both Terra and Warrior Light. That's nice. No traits on her. Alright, so we're going to use Terra simply because she has a better skill than your Warrior of Light does. Alright, so in terms of your Fairy Stars, Evan, this is probably going to be your best setup. Or at least one of your best setups. Again, these are just like quick setups based off what I see. Usually for my videos, I actually test multiple stuff out multiple times just to make sure if there's nothing else better. But at least off first glance and stuff like that, this is basically the standard Fairy Star setup, to be honest. Let's calculate that real quick too. So this does about 85.9 million damage. Actually, I want to try something out real quick. I wonder if I swap out for Mickey, the Mickey I saw, if that makes a difference. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah. So this is definitely going to be one of your best setups right now. At the moment. What I will say, though, is that later on, when Dark Riku, the HD Dark, no, my bad, the HD Riku replica medal, the copy medal that just came out on JP, when that comes out, I highly recommend getting that, because then what you can do is that instead of this right here, what you can actually do is, let's go to JP mode, okay? This is what you can actually do. Oh wait, hold up. This is what you can actually do with the medal. So if we take out the Shion, okay, this is when the Riku replica medal comes out. Take out that, oops. We put in the Riku replica. And then, because of the fact that our copy medal is no longer going back forwards, it's copying our final form Sora, and it's copying our Riku instead, our 358 Days Riku. Now, because we don't have to worry about that, we can actually swap this out, put in your HD Anti-Form Sora medal. If I can find it. We can put that there. And now you're able to copy your Terra medal a second. You can use your Terra like one extra time. So knowing that, you might want to possibly consider trying to get your anti-form Sora a little bit better. Like put an attack skill on it, put some traits on it. Make it as OP as your Terra, basically. I'm not going to run the calculation because, well, these two don't have... well, this doesn't even have any... This doesn't have a skill, but this has a defense skill. It's not going to do anything for damage. But that's something worth considering for the future. But at the very least, yeah, you can just run a typical Fairy Star setup at the moment with what you got. This one right here. I need to go on cool things. Yeah, no problem, Evan. Are you doing another? Let me look at my list. Yes, I can still do another setup. We have like 24 minutes until the announcement comes out. I'll probably do one more, partially because like my throat is kind of hurting at this point because I've been talking so much. Oh, I feel good. Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna go to the chat. Oh wait, it's right here. Ah! Oh, I feel good. Where? Why does it show that? That's so weird. Where's the chat? There it is. Cool. Ruined Sentinel. Only if nobody else is ahead. Let's see. What was I gonna do? There we go. That's for Evan. There's your tracker setup right here. Oh no, yeah, definitely. Riku Replica. Whoo! Riku Replica definitely. Okay. It's a game changer, but a minor game changer, and I'll show you guys real quick why I say that. Okay, so we're get rid of all this. Look at this. For starters, it makes it a little bit easier to use fairy stars. Now, here's the thing. Okay, fairy stars is currently amongst. It's no longer the top Keyblade at the moment. As soon as these Tier 8 medals started coming out with the reverse buffs and stuff, and not buffs, debuffs, fairy stars automatically became let me repeat that. As soon as HD Vanitas EX Plus came out, Fairy Stars no longer became the top Keyblade and is more like the second place Keyblade, but it's still amongst the top Keyblade. But the main reason why the Fairy Stars is so good and is what's considered meta for so long was because of the fact that how easily a lot of these medals that have been coming out lately have been able to just fit on the Fairy Stars. But realistically, if you tried taking any other type of medals that aren't those medals that just fit perfectly on the Fairy Stars, so for example, if you're not using the 358 Days Riku, if you're not using Final Form Sora and whatnot, like those type of medals that just like fit perfectly there, or you don't have like an HD Shion, Fairy Stars is actually kind of clunky to work with. And Dark Riku, I keep calling it Dark Riku. Riku Replica changes that up a little bit, makes Fairy Stars a little bit easier to use. Because beforehand with HD Shion, our only option was to use the 4th slot to copy the 5th slot. That was our only option. But now with Riku Replica, we can actually copy the 3rd slot too, which makes it so that if we wanted to, we could use like I just showed a bit ago, the HD Anti-Form Sora in the 5th slot to copy the pet slot. Like, it gives us more options now, which is nice. Another thing too is that, like, just like for Fairy Stars, it helps out Starlight too. It might be a little bit more difficult in Starlight because of the fact that, at least in terms of meta setups, usually you're going to have the Shion or Kairi EX within the first 2 slots with a copy medal next to it anyways. So you don't really want your 3rd medal to copy either a copy medal or Kairi or Shion EX again. So it's not going to really help out Starlight too much if you're using Kairi or Shion EX. Now, if you don't have Kairi Shion EX, then it will possibly very easily help you out, okay? Because in that case, chances are you're going to end up having 0.2 Kairi right there. Some other some other buffer, debuffer metal right there. Then you can use Riku Replica to copy the buffer, debuffer, etc. So it kind of depends on what you have. In terms of the meta, it's not going to do that much. But if you don't have those metals, like if you're a newer intermediate player who don't have Kairi Shion EX just yet, it can definitely help out a lot on like Starlight and stuff. It can also help on Treasure Trove 2 now, because now at this point we can finally make Treasure Trove like a pure upright Keyblade. I mean, you can still make it a pure upright Keyblade anyways, because realistically, like, again, and meta, copy metal, Kairi EX, and then you can just do Shion EX right there. I mean, HT Shion right there, and then just use an upright metal with Spirit Slot. So you can still make it upright. It gives you an option where you can now copy this metal instead. It's not really that big of a game changer, but it does make a little bit of a difference. Olympia, I mean, you would be putting in the second slot, so what you would just do is it would just give Olympia a slight bigger amount of damage. It's not going to be that much of a difference of damage where, like, it matters. Mugo Glory, it's basically the same situation as Starlight because of the fact that the power reverse slot is in the third slot. That might not be that great because of how the first two slots are being used and stuff. So that third slot, it ends up being like, yeah. Let's go through it. It can definitely help out the Stroke of Midnight. However, it might be a little bit conflicting though. And honestly, the biggest thing that hurts the Stroke of Midnight the most, and is probably why most people don't use the Stroke of Midnight that much, is specifically and solely because of the third slot the speed reverse slot. Because of the fact, ideally, I would want to put a copy metal in that slot to try to help out whatever strategy I'm doing. Like if I want an upright strategy, okay, cool, I'll do that. If I want a reverse strategy, I don't have to worry about it. Or just type of scenario. Like for example, like if I want to use the Riku replica metal right here, that's going to be copying this metal. So this metal needs to be like a magic upright metal. So we're probably going to be running an upright strategy. Well, the third slot is a reverse slot, so it was like, to make this an upright strategy, we need this to be a forward copy metal, but we don't have any speed reverse copy metals at the moment, so this slot ends up like messing the whole Keyblade a lot. Like, Shogun Midnight is honestly low-key amazing, but solely because of the fact that that speed reverse slot is right there in such an awkward spot. It's just not viable to use competitively. Fenrir ends up getting a little bit quality of life too. It's not game changing with Riku Replica. Dark Gnaw definitely helps out Dark Gnaw a lot. Because now, as you guys know, I could easily go Shion EX, Key Art Sky, HD Shion, Sephiroth EX Plus, Dark Riku. Oh, my bad. Riku Replica right there, and then some other reverse metal right there. It just makes Dark Gnaw so much easier. Dark Gnaw will just end up being more like a Fairy Stars at that point, just for pure power reverse. Missing Ache is trash. Fairy Stars, I think I explained that already. Diamond Dust, yeah, it doesn't do anything. So, yeah, like, Riku Replica ends up helping, but it's not like a game changer. How does Riku copy metal become a game changer? Just the extra percentage in the guilt? I don't know how long you were listening to my little rant, Groudon, but Missing Ache is only trash because of the fact there's no copy metals for speed reverse. It's not because I have any beef against Missing Ache. It's just literally like out of all the attributes in the game, speed reverse are currently the weakest. And it's no fault to the Keyblade itself, which is unfortunate. Let's see, but yeah, the Riku copy metal isn't a game changer. It's just more like a quality of life type of thing that helps out. The only type of copy metal that would actually be a game changer, truthfully, would have to be one that fills a it would, like, first of all, it would have to be a speed reverse. As soon as we get a speed reverse copy metal in the game, that is going to be more or less a game changer. Because now that means Stroke of Midnight becomes so much more viable to use. Missing Ache becomes so much more stronger. It will be along the same playing field now as Diamond Dust and Dark Gnaw, although it's still going to be behind because Dark Gnaw and Diamond Dust just have more support, unfortunately. Let's see, what else would it help out? There's not a... it would help out Lady Luck. It would also help out Divine Rose, too. Sleeping Lion a little bit, too. Actually, it would help out Sleeping Lion a lot. Yeah. So, a speed reverse would make more of a difference than anything else. Boy, Final Fantasy Shion. Last Shion EX. What? What? Second copy metal first, then... What? FF Shion. Do you mean Final Boss Shion? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Red. We do need Flock, Shock, and Barrel. Final Boss Shion. Last Shion EX, so Shion. Okay, EX. I'm pretty sure it's Final Boss Shion. Actually, hold up. English mode. Actually, no, that's... Yeah, it's Final Boss Shion. At least in the global version, it's called Final Boss Shion. Yeah. I believe in the JP version, it's called slightly different. Alright, so we have like 10 minutes left, or 12 minutes left, whatever, until the, I know what Lock, Shock, Barrel does. It's a speed reverse copy metal, but because of the fact it's coming from the Halloween town, chances are we're not going to get it. So our best, honestly, our best hope is that they're going to make a completely different speed reverse copy metal for us that is actually within the rights or whatever. I don't know what's the reason for why those type of the what's it called? Why the Lion King and Halloween Town medals aren't coming out for global version. People keep saying it's because of licensing. I have not seen any proof or any sort of actual reason why what would suggest this, okay, anywhere. Like, I've actually dug in and I actually found the rights. Disney does own the rights to Lion King and the Halloween Town stuff, so it's like it doesn't make sense. And like, as far as I could tell from the digging that I did, Disney is on good terms with Square Enix. So it's like, I don't see licensing as being the issue. I feel like there's something more at play that we're just not aware of. I don't think it's licensing though. So like, it kind of bothered me when like people were saying that, on top of like Smelly Octopus kind of like just making that more of a bigger rumor, because I have not seen anything whatsoever to actually provide solid evidence towards that type of suggestion. could bump it. They could bump up its tier. Who knows? But just because of the fact it's lock, shock, and barrel from the Halloween Town, for whatever reason those type of medals aren't pop. Like I don't think we're gonna be getting the Scar medal at all either. Just because of like whatever's going on. So it's just gonna be one of those things. I'm gonna take a short break real quick though to eat and heal my voice a little bit. Illustrated Sora A. Do they really? JP's tier 3, NA tier 4. Interesting. Yeah, I know they've done that a couple times with some medals. I don't remember all of them though. Give me a second. Khuxtracker. If it's anything with Halloween Town or NBC, they kind of have to go around or ask Tim Burton. That's the thing, though. From what I found, Tim Burton doesn't own the rights. Disney does. I legitimately looked into like who actually owns the rights to like Halloween Town and stuff, or The Night Before Christmas, whatever. And Disney does. Tim Burton does not, as far as I can tell from the digging that I did. Like I legitimately looked into went into like the government site, the .gov site and whatnot, and like you know, the same way how you can like look up who owns the patent to something. I did the same thing, but for the rights. And as far as I can tell, Disney owns the rights. So I don't understand. Maybe he might have gave it to him. Mukbang, what? What? That's good. I'm sorry, I'm just here eating my chicken. But my throat was hurting so much. Give me a second. Alright. Is the music still playing? It is not. I can't hear the music, so it's like I don't know when it's playing or not. Does it sound alright? Does everything sound alright too? Let me double check real quick. Oh, it's not. I didn't click play. Play. Alright, I got it playing now. Cool. Sora and Beast, Scar, Santa Jack, Mickey, and Minnie kissing and holding hands, Christmas, blah blah. Yeah, a bunch of them. I know that one Twitter person is always posting it. I mean, realistically, at least personally for me, everyone can have their own feelings about it and whatnot. I honestly don't care about those other medals that we missed because honestly they're not very good anymore. They don't really do much. Santa Sora might be the only one. Don't quite remember what it does off the top of my head, but that might be like the only one I'm actually interested in. We got like 4 minutes left for the Twitter. Awful good. I'm actually gonna get my website ready too, in case for whatever reason they announce a new medal. I pretty much have Oblivion. Yeah, that guy. I pretty much have most of the future medal analysis already written out. So it's just a matter of like knowing which one is it and posting it. Come on, there we go. Alright, we'll just have that ready. And we'll go to Twitter. Oh, I don't know if any of you guys heard, but the Gamers Joint, HMK, and a couple other people are getting early access to Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's actually really cool. I'm looking for, like, it also kind of sucks though because I want to watch them, but at the same time I'm not going to because I want it to be a surprise for me. So kind of sucks, but whatever. Everyone seems to be loving like my little Mr. Moogle post. I don't know if this one was like make sure to draw daily for these adorable Moogle models. Keep them safe, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, when you're having a bad day, and everyone seems to love that for some reason. I just thought it was funny. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm happy for him, but I'm just not gonna watch it because I want to keep it a surprise for myself. Chances are I'm gonna be streaming it too. You know, everybody and their mama is gonna be streaming Kingdom Hearts 3 when that thing comes out, including myself. Like, I need to buy a. I'm really hoping that they don't block certain scenes from the game. Because I'm gonna buy one of those like PS4 eyes so I can put it on top of my TV so you guys can watch me and stuff too. I like that. Yeah, I'm telling. Yeah, basically everyone's gonna stream it. No! That was an accident. I just realized that this tweet no, it's a lie. I'm actually gonna go to their thing. Alright, here it is. Oh, they're reprinting some of the founders. Second week of KR15. Get HD Ava EX and Ghoulie EX within 5 draws each. Plus more avatar boards coming back starting at midnight. It's nothing crazy. At least for me anyways, it's nothing crazy. I buy VIP practically every week, so like So like all of this right here, I automatically get. Not this. The costumes, those are returning. I know these have skill perks. Those beaks. Some of the best skill perks in the game. So if you don't have that, might be worth getting. These right here. Ava might be worth it. Hold on. I might want to get Ava. It's a possibility. I will say though, it seems like they're releasing a lot of like 5 Mercy. They might be releasing a bunch of 5 Mercy Pool type stuff throughout this entire week as like, you know, anniversary or whatever. So you have to be careful with your jewels this month. Try not to get baited too much. Oh wait, no, I know a better way. Dang, I'm not in followers, you know? Not great. Yeah, it's not that great. I could really go for Ava, but I can't afford VIP. That's understandable. Honestly, VIP helps, but isn't really necessary. Honestly, I buy VIP mostly just for the jewels, not even for the content. The only time if it's ever for the content, is only when they offer medals, and it depends on the medal, to be honest. What happened? Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. Alright, what do you specifically do again? Like, I kind of want to get Ava, but at the same time I don't. Because she's kind of like a better version of HD Zexion. Like a much better version. The only thing that she does not do that Zexion does do is Zexion provides that strength debuff. But HD Ava does provide more general defense down debuffers, and she debuffs all PSM by, like, she caps it completely, which is very useful. So I don't know. It kind of depends. See you later, Evan. Talk to you later. I'm probably looking to get off in a little bit too, because I'm starting to get tired. Oh, that's right. I need to boost. Yeah. So it doesn't really look like there's too much going on with the tweet tonight. Alright. So I think I'm about to end the stream here. I'm getting kind of tired. But this was fun. It was cool. It was a nice little experiment. See how it goes. I think I might do these a little bit more often. Depends. I know the Kingdom Keys series has been getting, at least from what I've seen, people have been liking it so far. Have liked the idea. I like the idea, anyways. I might make this. I don't know if I'm gonna make this stream a consistent thing, like a Kingdom Keys series stream, like once a week, like I do with the videos. I might do it like maybe every other week or something. We'll just see. It depends on my schedule and whatnot. But yep, it's fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. But yeah, other than that, I will see you guys a different time. Pleasure being here, and I know you go far for this channel. Yeah, thank you. I have no doubt in my mind that as long as I stay consistent, I can very easily be amongst one of the top Union Cross channels at the moment. And like I mean this in no disregard either, but I have no doubt that I could easily beat channels like Smelly Octopus and whatnot as long as I stay consistent with what I'm doing. But yeah. Have a good night. Just started following you. Thanks for the tips. No problem. Shinka of the 13. Great stream. Thanks for the feedback. No problem, Rosie. I enjoy your support. It honestly helps out quite a lot. And I'm pretty sure I help you out quite a lot too. I don't know who else you work with necessarily, but I wouldn't doubt it if I'm probably the one that like shoots you all these like things the most, because of how much I use your site for all these different things I do too. But yeah, I enjoy working with you. Thanks a lot. All right, sup Artem. Came a little bit late. I'm about to end the stream. Alright, that's it guys. I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye.